all wrong, cause you always in drama. It's alarming, it's alarming. Girl, I just need clarity. Can you just let me breathe? Oh, I don't wanna let you in, but it's too late now.
Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. This is going to be another one of those voiceover videos. I got the microphone working finally again, so this is a little bit of a better one. My friend gave me his microphone to use, so this is going to be probably the crispest audio I'll get. But this video today, if you clicked on the video, you kind of know what it's already about. This is going to be 5 beginner tips from kind of an ex-beginner. I'm coming out of my beginner phase, so I kind of want to go over 5 things that I think would help people who are just getting into bike riding and motorcycle riding now. So to start the list off, number 1 is kind of the most important in my opinion. It's actually taking a training course. So if you don't know and you're just getting into this and you want to learn the proper way to start, I would definitely say do this. So there's actually a whole training foundation dedicated to this. It's called MSF, or Motorcycle Safety Foundation. And what this basically is a course and a training course for people who want to get started, or even maybe people who have ridden for a while. It's either a 2 or 3 day course, and the first day, if you do a 3 day course, I actually did 2 MSF courses because I had to move. I moved from Pennsylvania to North Carolina, so I did one for each state. And it's a 3 day course, or mine where there are 2 day courses. But the first day is indoors. You're going over a PowerPoint, learning the ins and outs. The next day is half inside, half outside. They kind of bring you outside towards the end to kind of get you on the bikes and get moving. And the last day is all outside. So they're out there all day with you, practicing, going over different runs, going over every kind of technique and everything you could learn. And then at the end of that course, so about the last hour or so, they do a skills test for everybody. So everyone does their own individual skills test, and they evaluate you. So that's a really good way to kind of get around the DMV, because once you do the skills test, it actually waives that skills test for the DMV. So if you already have your permit, great. If not, it's totally fine as well, because once you take your permit test at the DMV, you essentially have your license after that. And this course could also be done with or without a permit, which is nice. And another thing these courses offer is incentives for things like gear, clothing, helmets, stuff like that. If you take it at a place like Harley or BMW, they'll offer gift cards and discounts to things in the shop, like helmets, gloves, pants, etc. Or BMW, I know, also offers things like a $500 discount on new bikes, which is nice as well. So kind of keep that in mind as well. And I'm going to be putting pictures and stuff to kind of walk you through what these sites look like to kind of get you there. Which brings me into the next tip, which is number 2, which is proper gear. And for this, I cannot stress enough, helmet is a number 1 priority. Do not cheap out on a helmet. You're going to want that. Whether you like it or not, I don't care what your state says about helmet laws. You're going to wear one, and you're going to want to wear one. Do your family a favor, do you a favor especially, and do me a favor. I want you guys to be safe, so definitely kind of find the right helmet for you with the right fit. Don't cheap out. Get one. Good helmets with the proper ratings are about $300 to $500. They can be maybe $50 less or $50 more. I mean, I've seen some for even $1,000. But if it's your first helmet, don't go that crazy expensive. Just get between $300 and $500. That's going to get you the best protection for a beginner helmet. And also get padded gear, like padded gloves, jacket, pants, boots, and stuff like that. For boots, you kind of want to get over the ankle. I myself have Alpine Star Sector boots, which are really nice, super comfortable, and shifting is super smooth and really comfortable in those boots. So I'll kind of put a picture of those on the screen for you to kind of see what those look like, and if you like them. They're on a website called Revzilla, which is where I get all my gear at. It's a super helpful site. It has everything from helmets, pants, all different types of gear. Also gives things like gifts or accessories. You can also find things for your bike, like brakes and different parts of your bike as well, to kind of find on there, which is cool. So definitely make an account on there and get started finding your gear on that website. And next thing is tip number 3, which is start small. You definitely don't want to start on something like a 600 or a 1000, unless maybe you've ridden for a while when you're younger. Maybe you can get away with maybe a 600, but I definitely wouldn't recommend going to an 1000. They're very extreme, and if you do something wrong, you'll hurt yourself, and don't want to put you or your family through that. So Start small. Like I said, do yourself a favor and do your family a favor. Start small, start responsible. I started on Ninja 400. Ninja 400 is probably one of the best beginner bikes out there. A lot of people will tell you that. So even a 300 or a 400, just as good. So I would recommend a 400. You still get the power and the speed that you're looking for, and you also get to learn on something cheap and fun. And another big thing about starting small is the finance kind of thing behind it, the aspect behind it. So like I said, 400s are a lot cheaper than 1000s and even 600s. So the financial burden of you maybe crashing one or something, or damaging one or something, is a lot less than 1,000. My Ninja 400 was about $5,500, and I didn't crash it, I didn't toil it or anything, but had I, it would have been a lot cheaper than something like 1,000 or 600. And my S1000, which I have now, is about $22,000, so it's about 4.5 times more. And you definitely don't want to be stuck with that kind of bill if you don't know what you're doing and you crash it. So kind of get used to a smaller bike first before you move up. Which sort of leads me to the next one, actually, which is tip number 4, and that's practice. So you definitely want to go out as much as you can and get practice, not on public roads, not around people, not around anything. Find an empty parking lot, even after you finish your MSF course, if you choose to take that, which you should. That is another great place to go, because they'll actually let you use that, or at least mine did. My course, Harley course, let me use their kind of lot, or their practice parking lot, where they take you for training and stuff. They let me use that to practice on my bike, because they gave you bikes to use, so luckily you don't have to have your own bike. They give you helmets and bikes to use. All you have to bring, I believe, is I think gloves and stuff, like just gear, basic gear. You have to wear like over the ankle boots, pants and stuff like that, proper gear. But they give you helmets and bikes, which is nice. But they can start you on like 300s and 250cc bikes. So kind of get used to your bike. Maybe if you buy one, bring that out and get used to that, because of course you're going to get used to the ones that you ride for the course, but you want to get used to your own as well. So bring those out. And number 5 is make a lot of friends and have fun. Like, I know you might be starting out, so you might be kind of timid or shy to get out there and get your name out there and meet people and stuff. But we all start somewhere. Like, no one's going to make fun of you for being on a 400 or a 300. That's honestly a very responsible decision to make. And people will definitely respect you a lot more for that, instead of just balling out and going crazy and getting 1,000 just to look cool. Don't do that. Put your safety over your ego and get a 400 or something responsible first. And they'll kind of teach you, and they'll show you tips and tricks they used to get used to riding bikes and stuff. And riding with friends is honestly one of the best things, because when you're riding alone, you kind of get in your own head and stuff, you don't want to ride outside of your comfort zone. So your friends will kind of keep you intact, hopefully. So let them know, hey, like, I'm new, I don't want to go too crazy, I don't want to go out, and if they're rambunctious, kind of tell them, hey, like, kind of tone it down a little bit, I'm new, I want to get used to riding, and they'll hopefully turn it down for you, and keep up with you, and kind of just train you and teach you what they know, and keep you comfortable. That's the most important thing. And make sure the people you're riding with are comfortable with you, and you're comfortable with them, and have a nice relationship. Don't let them push you outside your comfort zone, and ride safe and stuff like that. So these are basically 5 tips and tricks that I personally myself would definitely recommend to new riders after being through it all myself. Like I said, I took 2 MSF training courses. I made sure I asked friends and colleagues and coworkers who rode what the best gear is and what the best price ranges are for different pieces of gear. I'll kind of put up a few things that I own personally myself to kind of give you guys an idea of what beginner equipment looks like and what it costs, that sort of thing. Like I said, I had a Ninja 400 to start. I now have an S1000. I kind of skipped that 600 step only because I got really comfortable with riding. Like I said, I went riding with a lot of different people. I rode in a lot of different conditions, different road conditions, different everything. Like I said, I took 2 MSF courses again, so I got very comfortable with that. They kind of trained me on everything I have to know, and I got used to riding my own personal bikes, sport bikes, of course that is. I'm not used to riding cruisers or anything, so I got trained on that definitely a lot more, which helped me get more comfortable on those types of bikes. So, and I also practiced. I went to different parking lots. I went to different areas around town, around around the city or whatever, empty places that I can kind of practice with my own safety to get used to it and get comfortable riding. And I'd also recommend, if you're new, getting something on the side of the bike to kind of prevent damage if you drop it, because dropping is inevitable. It happens to the best of us, so don't be embarrassed if you drop it. It always happens. Well, maybe not always, but it can happen, so don't be afraid to drop it, especially if you have the mount on the side to protect it, which I would recommend doing that if you're going to go to a parking lot and practice. They make bars and stuff for the side, so no damage on the bike will be visible. It'll be completely safe, so that'll kind of put your mind at ease if you are worried about potentially hurting yourself or hurting the bike. So I would recommend getting kind of safety bars on the side for that, at least for maybe a few weeks or maybe a few months if you really need that. And I even went on Facebook and stuff and different car meets and kind of looked around to see what I could find for groups to go to and people to meet up with. And don't be afraid to do that. Go on Facebook. If you have to make a Facebook, do that. I had to make a Facebook to find groups. Kind of look around your area, see what you could find. And there's usually some every week or once a month or something. So yeah, those are my top 5 tips. And if you guys in the comments, I'm sure there's plenty of people who have way more experience than me, want to give any piece of advice to anybody watching who might be new, definitely go ahead and do that. I love to see stuff like that and also help me learn as well. So if you guys have anything to add in the comments for the younglings or the newbies to learn, definitely feel free to drop that in the comments. I'd love to see that. And I'll put kind of links in the description as well for things like the MSF website to search up courses near you, and the Revzilla link as well, so you can go online there and search around for different gear and accessories and stuff for your bike. So if you guys like that video, let me know. I'll do more in the future. I have a few top 5 videos in mind. If you have any more, let me know. I hope you enjoyed, and ride safe, enjoy your day, and I will see you in the next video.